Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Wednesday. Here is the answers to the proofs that I told you I was going to give. Remember, we have a test next class, so study up this stuff. There's going to be another assignment for you to do. But anyways, the goal here is to prove that this equals these two angles. So that's going to be the absolute last step. Okay, and we don't know what it does equal, but I know that this is angle A is an exterior angle, and it's going to equal these two angles added up. So I know angle A equals angle X plus angle Y. I've got the angle symbol because the exterior angle of a triangle sum two remote interior angles. Okay, and then what we're going to do is this is just going to be a simple substitution where I'm going to substitute in and I'm going to substitute in because I know that like B is equal to X because vertical angles are equal. And I know that C is equal to Y. You can pick any letters you want in the whole wide world because corresponding angles are equal. And then we're just going to do some simple substitution, right? Where I'm going to plug in the B for the X and I'm going to plug in the C for the Y, right? So substitution. All right. Next one, we did two of these in class yesterday, did them two different ways, right? You had some for homework and we had one for warm up. Hopefully this proof is pretty easy now. It should be extremely easy now. We've done it so many times. Right, draw in your auxiliary line, and then we're just going to substitute in, right? The last step has to be angle Z equals angle X plus angle Y. Okay, and we're just going to kind of substitute in the X for 1 and the Y for 2. Okay, now first, so I know angle X is going to equal angle 1, and I know angle Y is going to equal angle 2. You could use letters for 1 and 2 if you wanted to. Doesn't really matter, right? And both of those are because corresponding angles are equal. And then we're just going to substitute it in, but there's no equation to substitute this into, so we need an equation to substitute it into. And by looking at the picture, I know that angle Z equals angle 1 plus angle 2, right, because the angle addition. And now you have an equation to substitute these into. So substitution. Okay, and we've done a bunch of these where it was either, alternate interior or exterior angles, a bunch of different versions of it. And we've also done it a different way where you could have made a triangle and said like the exterior angle equals these two and then substituted in right there and there, right? These would be corresponding and that'd be vertical. All right, now on to this proof. Okay, now the goal is you want these three angles to add up to 360 degrees. So I want angle X plus angle Y plus angle Z to equal 360. Okay, now kind of like a game plan. This isn't part of your proof, but if I was doing this, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that this is equal to 180, this is equal to 180, and that's equal to 180. So 180 plus 180 plus 180 is 540. And then what we're going to do is we know that this angle, and this angle are 180. And I'm just going to subtract off those three angles to leave me with 360 degrees. Okay, so I am going to have to label these angles so that I can subtract them off. So let's go A, B, C. Okay, first thing I did is I added up all these, the 180, the 180, the 180. So I know that angle X plus angle C equals 180, and I know angle A plus angle Y equals 180, and I know angle B plus angle Z equals 180, and that is because angles on a line sum to 180. And then what I did is I added up all these, right? 180 plus 180 plus 180. So I'm going to have angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle X plus angle Y plus angle Z equal 540 degrees, right? Just adding them all up, right? So that's just addition. And then what we did is we subtracted off this triangle in here, right? Because we know that triangle adds up to 180. But first, before we say it, we have to say angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals 180, because triangle sum 180. And then the last step is we're just going to do subtraction, right? Because I'm just going to subtract the 180 off of both sides. Right, I subtracted 540 minus what we did right there. So I'm subtracting 540 minus 180, and also I'm subtracting off the A, the B's, and the C's. So I'm just left with XYZ equals 360. Okay, last one wasn't a proof. There will be a couple of problems on there. But if I'm looking at this, okay, I noticed that right here, this is an equilateral triangle. So triangle ABC, equilateral. It's also a isosceles triangle too. So that means that if these sides are equal, the angles opposite them are equal. So these are all going to be 60, 60, and 60. Okay, now to get over to y, there's a couple different ways to do it. You could say that this angle is 120. Add those together, 120, 135, and 35, or 155. So what's left over to make our triangle is 25 degrees. Even an easier way to do it, but still going to be 25, is you know that the exterior angle equals the sum of the two remote interior angles. That would have been the quicker way to do it, right? So x is 60, y is 25. All right, guys. There'll be another formative for you guys to do for your Wednesday work, and we'll go over that before your test on Thursday. All right?